Hi everyone, I'm making a little check-in video and I hope you all have had a good first week and are starting to feel a little more acclimated to your classes and navigating Canvas pages, etc. I wanted to make this video just to say hi, check in, remind everyone that my office hours are available in the syllabus. And I'm also available by appointment if those office hours don't work for you. It's really easy to set up a Zoom call. I can send you a link and you just click on that and then we can share computer screens if you'd like and I can help you that way. But also happy to help by meeting in person as well if that works out best for anyone. And in regard to assignments and kind of status where you should be at this point, the only thing you need to do by this upcoming Sunday, which is August 23rd, is just to complete those two introductory assignments. We have a Getting Started quiz and the Introduce Yourself quiz. So not much there to do other than just, an introduction about yourself. And then just the Getting Started quiz is just kind of a small quiz that will ask a few questions about the syllabus. Should be real simple. So as long as you've got those done by Sunday, that's really all you need to have done at this point. And don't worry about, the upcoming assignments necessarily. And one reason why I say that is because I'm still doing some work on my end to go back and create videos for some of those assignments. I did make some modifications to this course this semester in order to make the textbook optional, as I've mentioned. So again, textbook is optional. It's not required. None of our homework assignments will come from the text. You don't need it for any reason necessarily. Again, it's a good resource if you want to use it. It's got lots of good information, but it's optional. I have some information about other optional free textbook resources available online if you'd like to use those. And mostly I just recommend, watching the lecture videos, doing your notes, and then really a lot of the learning in this class just comes from doing the types of homework and exercises of that nature where you're actually going to be doing the work and you're going to be watching video walkthroughs of me helping you through those assignments. And I think that's where the learning and the light bulbs really come on, not necessarily from reading a textbook per se. So that's anyway sort of my philosophy about this class and learning accounting. But again, don't worry about doing any homework assignments necessarily at this point. I know I do have some links on Canvas to those as far as chapter 1 goes, but if you're anywhere past the Getting Started quiz and Introduce Yourself quiz, you're just ahead of the curve a little bit. Everything, as far as the cycle will go and due date cycles will be due on the following Sunday. So this Sunday is just those two items. So by next Sunday, the 30th, August 30th, the goal is to have the handwritten notes completed. And so there's some links in Canvas to find the notes. You can print those out. You will watch the lecture video. You will handwrite the answers in, based on the information you get from the lecture video. And if there's any questions that you still have on the notes that you weren't able to answer after watching the lecture video, I do have the slides on Canvas that I used to create the lecture video, so you can kind of look back through those if you'd like. But if you have, again, any residual questions, one, you could Google search those things. You could do some online research just to dig into those topics. I think you could find answers relatively easily. And then number 2, feel free to shoot me an email or come to office hours again, and I'm happy to talk through anything that might have been confusing or anything like that. So, and again, the handwritten notes then will be due on August 30th, so nothing to worry about as of today. Just getting you guys a little bit ahead of the curve, making sure everybody knows what's coming down the pipeline for week 2. And so you're going to, again, I'll make a separate video on this probably just to, again, really drive the point home about the process of doing this. But you're going to print those out. You're going to watch the lecture video. You're going to handwrite the answers into the notes. And then you're going to take a photo or a scan of the notes and you'll upload those in Canvas to the notes upload section. And I really want to highlight the fact, if you hadn't kind of noticed this already, for example, for every chapter, for chapter 1, for example, we have a student resources section, which would be the place you download the notes. And then we have an upload section, which is where you will upload that photo of the notes when you've got it done. So be careful not to sort of confuse those two sections, because sometimes students will click into the upload spot and then have questions about why can't they download the notes, or this something doesn't seem right. And the reason it doesn't seem right is because they're on the upload spot, not the student resource page kind of above that. So be careful for that. I'm going to make, again, like I said, I'll make a separate video specifically taking a screen capture video of my phone to show you how you can submit the assignments and take pictures of them directly on your phone to Canvas. I find that's probably the easiest way to do those kind of photo uploads of handwritten things for the notes. It's pretty basic. You just get the Canvas app, you navigate to the upload section, and then there's a submit assignment button, and then you have some camera options that you can choose from, and you just, you're able to take a picture of your assignment directly that way. Click a button, immediately uploads to Canvas. You don't have to drag and drop anything or email yourself photos or scans separately. So I highly recommend that method. Again, I'll make another video specific just for that to show you how to do that if you want some more help. So yeah, August 30th, just get the handwritten notes done, and then we'll have an online practice exercise that I will have available for you to do next week. That will be an extra credit assignment, essentially. It's optional, highly recommended. It'll earn you extra credit, and it's going to be really powerful for helping you learn this material. So stay tuned for that. I'm still making a video and preparing that for you all at this point. Again, that's not due until August 30th. And then we've got our chapter 1 notes quiz. It just says chapter 1 quiz on Canvas. This is kind of after you finish your handwritten notes and you've got those done and submitted. Then we have just a little quick 5-question quiz that you will take that is based on the notes. As long as you've done your notes in preparation, it should be pretty basic. It's a Canvas quiz. Like I said, 5 multiple choice or true/false questions. You have 10 minutes to complete it. So that's the only kind of little limiting factor is you have to go through it. I think it's probably plenty of time, but it is a little quicker, or that's maybe the only limiting factor is the time aspect. And you have 2 chances on the first quiz that we'll do as well. So if you, in future quizzes, you'll only have 1 chance, but our first one will have 2 just so you can get a feel for the difficulty level and all that. And again, it's intended to be very basic. It's not intended to be a difficult quiz. I think that you will find it to be relatively straightforward, and once you do the handwritten notes and have a little context for this information, you'll probably just fly right through that quiz really, really quickly. So those things are due a week from Sunday. Again, just giving you a little preview of what's to come, and maybe allaying some fears if anyone was thinking that they're behind the curve or anything. That's probably not the case. I still need to get some of the materials put together for these future assignments. So that is my plan for this weekend. You'll see some more video updates coming from me soon once I have some things complete to introduce those assignments a little better and show you how to complete them, show you some screen capture videos, that'll help you just make sure you understand what you're supposed to be doing. But with all that said, if you just finish the Getting Started quiz and Introduce Yourself quiz by Sunday, you're doing great. That's all you need to do at this point. And if you want to get ahead to next week, you can do your handwritten notes. You can take that notes quiz that I just talked about. And as long as you do those things, you're going to be ahead of the curve, not due until a week from this Sunday. So don't get too worried about, homework assignments at this point. Our first homework assignment is not due until September 13th as far as technical homework assignment. So you got plenty of time, 3 weeks or so until we turn that in. So don't worry about homework assignments at this point. I will have an online practice exercise that you can start doing. Again, it'll be optional and will earn you extra credit. And I'm working on getting that prepared and ready for you all this weekend. But that's something that won't be due until August 30th as well. So nothing too much to be worried about. And my goal for you all at this point is just to be getting a feel for Canvas, reaching out if you have any questions. Make sure you can download the PDF of the notes, try to figure out your printing situation to be able to print that for handwriting. Those are some things you could do to get ahead of the curve a little bit if you'd like. But as far as assignment due dates, just having those 2 little introductory assignments completed by Sunday at midnight is the main thing to get done. So hopefully this helps. As I mentioned, doing a lot of work this weekend to get more of our upcoming assignments finished, to make walkthrough videos for you all. I will say that every single assignment that you're going to do in this class, as far as homework assignments go, should always have a walkthrough video associated with it. That'll, you'll click a link, it'll take you to my YouTube page, and you'll have a video of me completing that whole assignment basically from start to finish. So you can see exactly what I'm doing. You'll see what I'm doing in Excel, and I'll try to explain Excel, little tips and tricks as we go. So you'll learn a little Excel along the way. And my goal is definitely that you never feel like you're lost or confused or, unsure of what to do next when it comes to things like homework assignments. And then for anything else in the course, please reach out. I think I need to put this onto my syllabus, maybe on my grading sheet, but I do think I am going to offer some extra credit for coming to office hours at least once during the semester. So let me put that into the syllabus, and I'll send a separate update. But I do really appreciate, having a chance to talk to you all in person. And so I think I'm going to put that out there just to, be able to, if you all have a chance to come to my office hours, or I have Zoom office hours, online, at some point over the semester, my intention, I'm thinking at this point, is to offer like 5 points extra credit to one of the exams. If you just stop in and say hi, and we can talk real quick. Nothing beyond that, really. It's just a chance for us to meet face to face, or over Zoom, and you can ask any questions. And it's kind of just with the intention of having you all practice on how to actually reach me on office hours, is kind of the goal there, because I want to be a resource for you all. If at any point you're feeling lost or unsure of what you're supposed to be doing, or if you're behind or whatever. I know online classes can feel a little weird that way because we don't have that face-to-face chance to meet, but I definitely want to make sure that you all understand that I'm here for you. Send me messages, send me emails, stop in at office hours. We can plan different office hour type meeting, by appointment if the ones I have specifically don't work for you. And I appreciate it. Hope you all are getting things underway and feeling like you can access Canvas and poke around a little bit. And as I mentioned, don't hesitate to reach out, and you'll see some more updates coming from me soon once I get a little bit of work done on these separate assignments that are going to be things like homework and online practice exercises coming up in the next few weeks. So thanks, everyone. Hopefully this is helpful, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, bye, everybody. Take care.